How is it going, folks? Welcome back to Union Berlin and welcome back to a team that is very much flying right now. We are fourth in the Bundesliga. We are cruising away of sorts to a fourth place finish, a game in hand on some of our rivals, and that is down to one man. And that man is Lucas Nemecha, the new striker, brother of Felix Nemecha, a man who was largely signed because we already had his brother, but I did think he was a good player, even if we were overpaying. So far, it doesn't look like an overpay. 5 games played in the league, 4 goals, 2 assists. He has more player of the matches than most of our other players combined after 5 games. He has over 50% of the player of the matches in the games he plays. He's been unreal. And well, we are going to be hoping his fine form continues today because we've got the very small matter of the Europa League round of 16 where we have been drawn against the old lady in Juventus. They have a media prediction of 4th in Serie A. They are currently 4th in Serie A. It's the battle of the 4th place teams. I want to make it through a European knockout round. Let's see if we can make it happen today. Yes, you might have spotted it, away day fans. There will be an away day cooking up, but first and foremost, we do need to discuss the matches since you were last here. Of course, last time out, we took on Hertha Berlin to kick off the month of February, taking on the team who were 3rd place in the league at the time, away from home. Lucas got a goal on his debut, and from there, he has been different gravy. We had Schalke to play in the DFB Pokal. In this game, Nemecha picked up 2. Wiedrego picked up a goal as well. A player who's been playing well, playing a lot for the first team, now valued at 39 to 47 million pounds. Just a reminder, he's got an optional 3-year extension in his contract. He's got 4 years left on his current deal as well. This man could be playing for us for the next 7 years. That's rather exciting. After that, we followed up what ended up being a perfect month of February with a win against Cologne. 4-1 in this game here. Felix Nemecha with 2 goals from centre mid, not his brother. And after that, perhaps the biggest win of the bunch. This one here against Dortmund. We got a 94th minute winner. This game very much was the Lucas Nemecha show. Although in this game, Alex Scott wasn't available. Tillman was pulling the strings from deep. And that assist there for a goal that opened up this game, that was rather nice. Unfortunately, we couldn't hold on in this game. You can see here, they came back not long later. Makoko threaded through. His effort went in off the post. That made it 1-1, but this game had a few goals in it left. With 20 minutes left, we got our second of the game. Nice build-up play. Wiedrego poked it into the bottom corner. 2-1 up, away from home, thinking, could we do it again? Marco Reus unleashed that free kick off the crossbar, 2-2, but we weren't done. Lucas Nemecha holding up the play, had already got a goal, pulled it back to his brother, and well, his brother delivered. 3-2 it finished. That goal was massive, and this was really a game that made me think, yeah, maybe we are on course for Champions League football all of a sudden. We ended the month with a win against Mainz, and then after that, we scraped by against Freiburg in the DFB Pokal. It did take penalties in this game after extra time. Wasn't a great performance, and to be honest, this game here against Hamburg, not much better either. 2-1 we won this game, came back from behind, Nemecha with a goal. You can see here, Alex Scott getting an assist. Has been in and out of the team a little bit as of late, but has been stringing together some really, really good form. I know that when we started playing him out on that right-hand side as an advanced playmaker, there were some question marks. I feel like he's largely answered those. You might have a question mark here about why he's not going to be playing against Juventus. I'll tell you why. He's got a cold. He is in light training. I could risk him for this game away from home against Juventus, but it just doesn't seem wise. Of course, he could be a super sub option, but with Ngankan playing out on the left and Zakharyan playing out on the right, I feel like we're in a situation where we can cover for his absence. So like I mentioned in the intro, we're suddenly up to 4th place in the Bundesliga. Freiburg we beat in the DFB Pokal, of course. They are immediately behind us in the league. Elsewhere, Leipzig are still miles clear at the top. Dortmund falling well off the pace again. Vincent Kompany has just been appointed as their manager. Dortmund in this save game have just been an absolute mess. It's kind of mad how badly things have gone for them. And well, by comparison, it's kind of mad how well things have been going for us. We are going to hope that continues, but not before we head to the Juventus Stadium, as it's called in game. I don't think it's called the Juventus Stadium in real life. I feel like I should know the name of it, but I think it's one of those licensing things, you know, because Juventus a zebra without a real name fix. Maybe I should just be calling it the Zebra Stadium so I don't get sued. Who knows? Either way, we're going to head to Turin for that. There's a big game ahead. Got to try and keep Vlahovic quiet. He's a rather good striker in Football Manager. So not for the first time in a Jack Dozen away day, we are leaving Germany. I'm sorry to all these lovely German places I'm mousing over and getting details about. We don't care about you today, because today we're heading to Turin. Realise, gone far too south for Turin. Here is the lovely city up in the north, and the Allianz Stadium, which I do believe is the stadium we're going to today. It's over here. Here it is in all its glory. Is it nice? Is it impressive? We're going to find out together. I say, is it nice? Stupid question. This might be the best car park on any away day ever. Is that too bold or a statement to make? Look at it. Look at the satisfaction of all this parking in just a perfect circle. The craftsmanship that's gone into placing these parking spots, that is artistry. Like right now, it's immediately at a 7 out of 10. Doesn't need to do anything else. In terms of the rest of the stadium, more car parking. The club headquarters and a few other bits are over here, although it's a little out the way. There are some train lines here, although I'm not sure they do match day trains from here. It looks a bit industrial, but I could be completely wrong. In fact, the more I'm looking at it, the more I'm thinking maybe it's tram lines, and I am completely wrong. I'm sure Turin locals will correct me. Over this side as well, look, we've got an old Wild West Torino Stadio steakhouse. That's what we want to see. But perhaps more importantly, for those fine dining lovers out there, there was a Burger King that I saw. Where's the Burger King gone? I've gone searching for the Burger King. I found a Juventus shop in the shopping centre. I'm not sure when this is from, but Buffon and Dani Alves are on the back of shirts, so it's a bit old. I guess also the old badge is a bit of a giveaway. Although, can we discuss, do people like Juventus's new badge? I feel like it was universally hated when it was first introduced. You don't hear people complaining about it as much anymore. I still miss this beauty. I found Burger King. Can we go and look at Burger King? We can't. We can't look at Burger King, so let's just have a look at more of the club shop. What have we got on off here? We've got caps. We've got Champions League footballs. Don't need to sell those anymore. I was just having a look at more of the shopping centre. I appear to have one of those unlock battles you had in the first FIFA Street game. Do you reckon if I beat him in this arena, I unlock him as a player for my team? Does anyone miss the old FIFA Street? FIFA Street 1 was a banger. Okay, I'm looking at the stadium here. There's lots of wiggly bits around the stadium, and I could go look at the stadium right away. I want to just check out the car park. Is the craftsmanship of the car park as impressive up close? Oh my word. It's even better than I imagined. Not even disappointing trees are going to get me down. And what a beautiful view of just the stadium sat on the hill. It looks very nice. I'll be honest, never really looked at Juventus' stadium from the outside. I'm oddly impressed. Right, we can go round the whole of the outside of the stadium looking at things here. I think I've probably picked the worst place to go around. I mean, I'll be honest, it doesn't look nearly as appealing from down here, does it? When you look up, it looks great. Down here, it's slightly more depressing. Do they get bonus points for having a beer lane that is just the fast Carlsberg lane? I mean, if they weren't selling Carlsberg, they would get bonus points for that. I will say, prices seem reasonable. That is way cheaper than food in Premier League stadiums. I'm going to tell you that now. With the fast beer lane, the Italians really have got football figured out, I feel. I feel like that's something that needs to come over to England. I'm looking around the stadium here. They've got their own version of the Hollywood tiles. Here is Alessandro Del Piero's tile. I've never been to a football stadium where they have tiles commemorating past footballers, but here we are, Juventus doing things differently. I'm just enjoying more of the stadium from the outside. It looks really pretty. You've got great greenery. I mean, good gardener. The gardener who's doing that, I hope they're getting paid as well as the footballers are, because that is sensational. And I'll be honest, the Allianz Stadium, it just looks nice. That's the outside, though. We probably should not just judge a book by its cover, but also by how it looks on the inside, where oh my, this is from 2017. This might be some of the finest seat art we've ever seen on an away day. They've got footballers playing football against each other on the seats. They do lose points for the new badge, though. Here's a touchline view of the pitch. I have to say, I hope the groundsman's going to fix this. Whoever's doing the bushes on the outside clearly isn't painting the lines inside. Before someone tells me, Jack, that's an issue with the 360 photo, I'm trying to do comedy. Unsuccessfully, I will admit. There's some stadiums that you look at on away days and you go, I need to see it on Google Earth. This is one such day where I need to know what this stadium looks like on Google Earth. I need to witness it in all its glory. Where is the stadium? Sorry, Torino. Maybe we'll play you another time. Where's the Allianz Arena? It's in Germany. This is the Allianz Stadium, completely different stadium. And I have to say, it's one of my favourite away days ever. I didn't realise their stadium looked so nice. I mean that in the most polite way possible. It's a really, really cool stadium. Wicked parking. Maybe, water the grass on this side a little bit. But besides that, like the Stars, like the beer queue, actually like the general aesthetic of the stadium, has great seat art, and there's a Burger King. 8.5 out of 10. 8.5. It's a high score, but I think it deserves it. Pre-match spiel out the way, time to get ahead in the game. Of course, European football means we don't fill out our bench because we don't have homegrown players to register, at least right now. As I already mentioned, Alex Scott is unavailable, so Zach Kyan is going to move out onto the right-hand side to play as an advanced playmaker. This is a role he's fairly well suited to, and Gankam is going to come and play on the left-hand side, cutting in on his stronger foot. Since Gankam's come back from injury, he has not been the same footballer, I'm afraid to say. He has been disappointing this year. I want to continue to give him chances to come back into the first team, but he's been asking to leave the club. There's a few teams interested. I have currently got him transfer listed. He is someone who is definitely on the kind of chopping block, I suppose, to be sold over the summer. At 24 years old, I want to believe he has a load to offer us, but I feel like his injury proneness is just forever going to linger as a worry. And given the fact that Lucas Nemec just hit the ground running so well in the striking department, I don't think we need Ngankam like we needed him when he got injured. Elsewhere in the team, I just realised Roussillon is back from injury. He has been injured for a little bit, so he's going to play at left back. Arian B and Martel will play at centre back. When Roussillon's been injured, Arian B has been slotting in at the left back position. Whilst he's not the best player going forward, he's still rather good there. At 21 years old, he's not the craziest first season at the club, but for £1.3 million, he's still been really, really good. Martel, by comparison, look at this form, look at these performances. The 22-year-old, now natural at centre-back. Of course, we signed him as a defensive midfielder. We've trained him to play here. He's been sensational. Hopefully between these two, we're going to be able to keep Juve quiet. Away from home, obviously away goals are no longer a thing, so if we can just get a solid defensive display out of our team, maybe catch them on the break, I think that has to be the ultimate aim here. Juventus are a great team. They're one of the best teams in this competition. It's going to be a tall order. We definitely go into this game as underdogs. Interesting to note, Juve opting to play this 3 or 5 at the back. I guess it's a 5-3-2, but with wing-backs, it's kind of like a 5-2. I'll let you decide what it is. Either way, they've got Pogba in the midfield who's pretty good. I think they've got Pedro Gonzalez as well at centre mid alongside him. So two pretty attacking-minded centre mids with kind of a defensive mid behind. It's going to be a tall order, I think, for our defence to keep them quiet. That said, of course, I mean, Pogba could just get injured after 10 minutes and we won't have to worry about him. I say that. It's very nearly 10 minutes played already and they're dominating the ball. They're knocking it around at the back. This has been disturbingly nice football. And we need to be at our best defensively here as that cross very nearly sneaks into the near post and keeper had to be up quickly. Heydel makes a good stop there. They've now got another chance here. It is Pedro Gonzalez. He's going to dink it forward. Vlahovic heads wide. This Juve team's very good. I mean, they've got Locatelli at defensive mid, Bonucci, Milik, Vlahovic. Yeah, we're definitely second best here on paper, at least. I think it's safe to say we're probably second best in terms of the actual half as well. We've actually got a higher XG, but Juventus have had the 2 highlights so far in this game. Away from home, I'm not expecting us to create a load. There might be a chance here, though, because the Mecha brothers have linked up until Felix has forgotten the football exists. And, well, with that, Juve now coming away with the ball, knocking it around with this confidence and swagger that they have shown in this opening half an hour. They are, well, dominating possession, it's safe to say. We are chasing shadows, but sometimes chasing shadows can, well, give you some results, especially if you can win the ball high up the pitch. Gatti inside, Locatelli, Pedro Gonzalez plays it through to Vlahovic. Roussillon at left back needs to be at his best here. Standing up Danilo, dinked forward, Vlahovic puts it wide. He was offside, but I'm not happy with the amount of chances they're having here. We're straight into another highlight as well. Been on the back foot early on, but could we spring a surprise? Nemecha, Zakarian, Fred's through Felix Nemecha. He's through in the middle, one-on-one, hits it, and a player who has been in fine goal-scoring form at centre mid squanders a really, really good chance there. We might still be able to get something from the resulting throw-in. That said, Da Costa looping it towards Forsby, who's normally good in the air, wins it well. Player goes down in a heap, and the penalty has been awarded. Bremer I think is going to be booked for that as well. And suddenly, from absolutely nowhere, we have a penalty. Lucas Nemecha, the main man, the goal scorer, he's over it. And I've spent the first half of the episode bigging him up. And he's missed a penalty. And now Juventus are on the attack. It's a disaster. He's done so well. He's not put a foot wrong. He has been man of the match in over half the games he's played. And right there, he's choked on the big stage. There is no other way of looking at it. In a game where we can't really expect to create a lot on the road, that was a bloody good chance that we've just squandered. But, you know what? Pressure creates diamonds, and I think we've got a diamond of a squad. I think we can be forged under these situations to continue to press, to continue to attack, to turn around these fortunes. Pogba spreading the ball wide to Danilo. Maybe some more defending going to be needed here as Milik lays it back. The passing that Juve are showing here is annoyingly good. It has to be said. Pedro Gonzalez plays it forward to Danilo. He's going to square it. Milik hits it. Heidel makes a sensational stop. It's been a very action-packed first 33 minutes here. There is going to be a corner for us to deal with, and the keeper makes a save. Milik heads it over. Heidel has been redonkulous in this game so far. Juve may have only had 3 shots on target. They've been some bloody good chances. He's kept them out. And I mentioned going into this episode, you know, good defensive performance, limit their opportunities. That'd be the main aim. We've not been great in this game so far. Nemecha's not in the most confident of moods, having missed his penalty, but I'm going to show some faith with him. I am going to bring in Alex Scott at half-time. And in the team talk, I'm just going to go up to Lucas here, just one-to-one, outstretched arms. You know, I'm a gentle person. There's no pressure on you today. He's gained confidence. If he now scores, it was all because I gave him a gentle embrace. Danilo on the far side throws it forward to Vlahovic. Roussillon wins the ball back nicely. Zakharyan back in his native habitat out on the left-hand side. It's where he belongs. It's where he is. Roussillon accidentally heads it forward. It could be a stroke of genius. He lays it back to Zakharyan. He plays it inside to Felix Nemecha. It's not the Nemecha who missed the penalty, for those who lose track of who's who. It's the centre mid Prince, who scores a ridiculous amount of goals. And that is as good a start to the half as we could have envisaged. I'm not sure if Roussillon knew what he was doing with the header there, but Zakharyan turns provider. That little change at half-time, already working wonders. A little bit concerned. There's a kickoff highlight. Also concerned. Did anyone see on the momentum graph there, it showed a Juventus goal? Has Football Manager just shown me spoilers? Did you see that? Rewind the video. Go watch it. If they score here, the game is scripted. The game's scripted. Locatelli scored. And he's chipped the keeper from 30 yards out. And it's a ridiculous finish. It's one of the best finishes I've seen in the game all year. Now, whilst there will be questions asked of Heidel here, because he probably should do better, this actual finish on the half volley outside of the foot, I've never seen a goal scored like that in Football Manager. That is insane. I hate to admit it, our lead in that game lasted less than a minute, but we're still in the game. We're still playing fine. There's still time to get a goal, right? We've just got to remain calm now. We don't need to panic. We don't need to lose focus. Football left to be played here. 32 minutes of it. Roussillon lays it to Kraus. He's going through the middle. He's going to score. I did not know what was going to happen there. I was expecting Roussillon to go on one of those little mazy runs you see in Football Manager and smash it over the bar. Instead, he's laid it to Kraus, a player who I've really put in the team today because of his defensive ability at centre mid, his ability to grittily work away and win the ball. On this occasion, though, he's shown some composure. That is a really good finish to score just before the hour mark. With it, I am now going to, I think, make some changes here. I'm going to bring in Tillman for Nemecha. Both our centre mids have scored, but Forsby's been poor at defensive mid. So I'm going to move Kraus back. I know he's just scored, but it's going to open up the opportunity to bring in Wiedreago in at centre mid. The youngster, a player who shows a lot of energy and a lot of promise. He's come on off the bench already this season in European games and scored. Maybe you can do it again now. Okay, 20 minutes left. I've just seen Juventus. They've switched to a 4-3-3. No idea who Juventus is. Answers on a postcard. They've switched to a 4-3-3. They are going a bit more attacking. They're ditching the 3 at the back. It will leave them more open, but it might just call us in to some defensive action where Roussillon, who's just got an assist, is about to see red. And it's going to be a long old however many minutes are left in this game. How many minutes are left in this game? Too many is the answer. Who am I going to sacrifice here? I mean, Zakarian's having a good game, but he's also been on the pitch the longest, so I feel like we just take him off to be safe. And from here, maybe it's just a case of trying to see out this game. I'm going to move Arian B to left back. We're then going to bring in Bisek to play at centre back. Of course, the former Inter Milan man is going to play there. I'm going to tell the wing backs to get on defend. In possession, we're going to look to go long, a little bit more direct. Higher tempo, work the ball through the middle, pass into space. Do I want to change much else? I don't think I want to change much else here. Maybe we drop the line of engagement in the defensive line slightly. It's going to be a long 20 minutes away from home. I was going to say 30 minutes. Football matches are 90 minutes long. Hadel's arms are very long as well. That is a ridiculous stop. He's made another big save here. I feel like Hadel's going to catch some flack in the comments for his error that led to their goal, but actually, he made some pretty big stops in this game, regardless of that. Mendes is offside. Breathe a sigh of relief. There's, 17 minutes to survive. Now we've got a set piece. Nemetcha whips it back post. Martel can't win his header. Falls to Bisek, though. Wiedrego, Scott. Tillman's there. Is he onside? The flag's raised. Don't celebrate it. He looked off. And that's because he was off. Down a man. I thought we were going to get a goal. Until I discovered Malik Tillman doesn't know the offside rule. 5 minutes of added time, 5 minutes to survive. It's been a dogged performance to hold on for the win here. Hold on for the win. We are going to do as well. Juve did not create much in that second half. Hopefully we're not going to live to regret that penalty miss and the sending off. We've avoided defeat. We were massive underdogs. That's a crazy result. We have a lead to defend at home. We have a lead to defend in a week's time. And that game is going to follow this game here against Hoffenheim. They're in 8th, we're in 4th, away from home given our recent form. I want to believe we can beat them. They trail us by 10 points in the league. We are going to come back, though, in a week's time. Juventus, second leg, lots still to play for, massive result already. If we can get through, it'd be an amazing, amazing result. Okay, folks, game number 2, Juventus, second leg, probably should mention, nearly forgot it. We did play a game midweek against Hoffenheim. We win it 4-1. Zakarian got man of the match in this game. 2 goals, an assist. Elsewhere, Metcha, 2 goals from striker. Yeah, he missed the penalty midweek against Juve, bounced back in the league. This Bundesliga form is rather silly at this point. I'm not sure how long you can keep it going for, but if you can keep it going, it looks more and more possible and feels more than more likely we could find ourselves in the top 4 this year, which would be a mad achievement. Although that said, we are still 21 points behind Leipzig, who have finally lost a game. Anyway, in terms of team news for today's game, Roussillon, following his suspension for being sent off, is unavailable. That means that Arian B is going to play at left back. Bisek is going to come in to play at right centre back. Of course, this man signed in January. He's hit the ground running kind of well for a centre-back, a player who is earning my trust, and his trust is going to be tested today. Elsewhere in the team, Kraus is going to start at defensive mid. Wiedrego is going to start this game. As the home team, I think his attacking ability is probably going to be more useful today. On the bench, we've got a mix and match of players. If there was going to be a criticism, maybe like some attacking subs, but we've got Nemetcha, we've got Tillman. They can produce goals on their day. Gonna hope we're not going to be relying on them, though. Okay, let's see what we can do here. We're playing our 4-3-3. Very interested to see how Juve are going to set up. Are they going to go with the 4-3-3 they played to end last game? Or are they going to do this? They're going to do this. This, it's just not cricket. It's disgusting. 4-3 at the back? Not for me. I say that fully aware that we've Park to Prem this year. Might have played 3 centre-backs for a while. Speaking of which, if you've never watched Park to Prem, should totally go binge watch it after we win here, hopefully. Okay, we're already halfway through the first half. There has not been a highlight until now. We've had 53% of the ball. It's not been a classic thus far, but can we make something magical happen here? Alex Scott, donning the captain's armband, lays it to Da Costa, who, I'll be honest, turned into trouble, couldn't play his way out of it, and now Milik is in behind. He pulls the trigger from range. Don't know if he could have gone a little bit further forward there. He's not the quickest of strikers. On that occasion, though, his composure, well, it abandoned him. 10 minutes left of this half. Arian B at left back. I have no idea what he's doing at left back. He is the only man on a green rating for us. A 7.3 for him. And all of a sudden, it's half-time. It's still 0-0. On the one hand, this is a really good result. And after the first leg had so many highlights, this is rather good for the potential length of the episode. On the flip side, I am conscious this is still a 1-goal game. Yes, we got 2 away goals. They don't mean anything. Away goals no longer exist. I am upset about it. I miss them. I wish they still existed here. We're already another 15 minutes into this half. I need to make some more changes. Lucas Nemeth just picked up an injury, which is affecting him. So I'm going to take him off and bring in Tillman. Zach Hyen, not having the best of games out on the left-hand side. Going to take him off Forsby. On you come for Kraus. Triple sub made. Just adding a little bit more, I suppose, defensively with Forsby in the team, but also just bringing on Ngankam and also Tillman, players who maybe can catch out a tiring defence on the break like this. He's missed the target. That got in, that would have been perfect. I don't want to say this prematurely with 15 minutes left. I am so disappointed by Juventus here. They have not had a shot on target in this game. They have now opted to go to their more attacking style of play, but with 7 minutes left, it feels like a last roll of the dice rather than a calculated game plan. But it is still that 1-goal game. It's still only 2-1. If they did get that goal back, I'm going to look like a little bit of a mug. I do feel like, though, if we can get 1 goal, this game is done. And there could be a chance here because Alex Scott is bringing the ball forward on the far side. The right attacking mid is going to whip it towards Ngankam. He takes it down nicely. Unfortunately, he just couldn't get a shot away in the end. And now Milik, well, I thought for a second he was going to nod the ball dangerously forward. Instead, it's now with Tillman, who has dinked it straight into Szczesny's hands. He was offside anyway. 2 minutes left in this game. 3 minutes of added time. What a weird second leg. What? I mean, it's good. Good game management. Annoying that we didn't score considering we had an XG of 2.35. But, I mean, grateful just to make it through to the next round, to be honest. Shout out to Sturm Graz, by the way, the Austrian team. Are they Austrian? I think they're Austrian. They are Austrian. I know my Austrian football. They've just knocked out Real Sociedad. Elsewhere, Tottenham... Well, they lost on the night to Partizan. They have gone through. For a second, I thought Partizan had gone through. I misread that. Sorry, Partizan fans. We are through after that, and I'm not sure who we're going to be playing yet. What I am concerned about is Nemeth is out for a few weeks. We're going to have to send him to the physio. Our next game is against Augsburg, who are bottom. I'd like to think we can beat them without our star striker. In terms of looking slightly further ahead, some good news with that injury timing. There is an international break to follow the game against Augsburg. As for when we're going to be back, I think the Europa League quarter-final makes a lot of sense. Should have mentioned it sooner. DFB Pokal semi-final. We've been drawn against Hertha Berlin, so we get to play our rivals. Something else just to have your radar on is our youth intake preview. 4-star, good intake, could be good. Hopefully he's going to be good. We've, of course, brought in Michael Tarnat as a new head of youth development, so I'm going to hope that he can help us get some better players this year. We will be covering that and a whole lot more next time. I feel like it can't be understated. That result over 2 legs against Juventus is massive. It's a sign of the progress we're making. Hopefully, that progress is going to continue next time. If you have enjoyed today's video, drop a like on it. We will be back tomorrow with more Union Berlin action. And until then, take things easy. It's me, Jack. I'll see you all on the next one. I'm out.